everyone. My luck continues. I either get to present before the lunch break or immediately after the lunch break. So both are not good things. But here goes. Can you? This is the change of program. My colleague Ashwin was supposed to present, but I'm taking over from him. A couple of things I'd like to, in the changing times, would like to make a couple of points here today. Utilize this forum to do that. Thank you to the organizers for the opportunity to present out here. You know, business and governments are asking a key question today. Where do we get the data? Where are our assets? Where is the information that we want? Where are our vehicles? Where do we need improvements? Where are our fuel crews? Need for position-aware solutions is gaining momentum, especially in this part of the world. A lot of these paradigms have already been there in the past in countries outside, but in the Indian context, need for position-aware solutions is gaining momentum very, very quickly. This in turn is fueling the need to gain geospatial context in the field and back in the office in real time, improves speed and efficiency of data collection, improve quality of service, quality of information, generate ROIs and return on geospatial assets, a lot of emphasis out there, and elimination of paper maps and forms. We do find that there are still many people who use paper maps, paper forms, etc. to collect data, but that is set to change. Geospatial technology drives data usability in many, many ways. The days of paper maps, different scales, hand-drafted, you had geodetic control, cartography, paper map users. Now this moved on to GIS digital maps coupled with coupled to a database, active control points, GIS and digital data users, and then on to virtual worlds, accurate 3D in the cloud, mass users contribution on demand. These are certain trends which have happened worldwide and are going to take place in India in a bigger fashion in the years to come. Speed of geospatial data acquisition has also increased exponentially. From GTS India in 1850 up to LIDAR, RTK robotic total stations, high resolution satellite imagery, integrated mobile mapping vehicles, and now the latest trend is in crowdsourcing. However, I'll touch on two to three basic technologies which are essential, which are going to come forth in this part of the world as well, and going to assist in all this geospatial data gathering and evaluation of all the data. One, possibly one of the most important things, is infrastructure for positioning. Across the world, and especially in Trimble, we consider it as the 10th utility. Infrastructure for all of us is something like a cell phone tower, interstate highways, utilities, gas, etc., so on and so forth. But we're talking about a GNSS-based infrastructure network. What it does, it allows you to have a consistent coordinate framework around a town, around a state, around a country, and problems that might arise because of inconsistent networks or inconsistent reference framework can be mind-boggling, as many of you would understand. And this is one of the consequences, in a pictorial way, that things don't get to meet on account of inconsistent reference frameworks. This is just a quick example of what Turkey has done. Turkey has set up more than 150 receiver network across, which is now being utilized by various agencies, throughout the country. The cadastral department started this, but it's being leveraged by various other segments of the industry to gather survey data quickly. How does it work? To those of you, I've been talking about this for a couple of years now, but for those of you who are not familiar with the concept, a national or a city-wide network or a statewide network, this is how it works. You have a network of reference stations, etc., beaming in data to a centralized location on a centralized server, which in turn, and you have number of users, just like a mobile phone. You're turning it on, connecting to the server, sending in your position, and the server sends various information back. to the receiver. So as long you just dial in, feed in your password, etc., and you can get real-time correction there, bang in the field itself. Fairly seamless, fairly intuitive, but it has a mind-boggling impact on the way we survey and the way we collect data. Large-scale mapping activities across the globe have been leveraged using this particular technology. So this becomes the need of the hour. We do see that in India, we will be getting networks. It also overrides the problem that we face in getting UHF, VHF license. You all are familiar with that. This is based on telecommunication network using GPRS. We are blessed that we have jumped the paradigm from GSM to GPRS, etc., in 3G, and now possibly 4G is also going to get established in the next couple of years. Just to go with like a rover using this network, you just have to buy one receiver. You don't have to set up a base, etc. You don't have to transfer your base from a benchmark over to your site of survey. Just turn it on and start bang, 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 start surveying. So productivity is going to increase multifold. In terms of accuracies, this is just an example of kind of accuracies that you can expect. A standalone GPS gives you an accuracy anywhere from 5 to 10 meters. DGPS, half a meter to 1 meter. VRS or RTK, it can give you fairly good accuracies of around about 1 to 2 centimeters. There's another trend which I'd like to talk about today. It's vision. This just represents our take on the vision portfolio, where we have tried to bridge the gap between photogrammetry and bring it down nearer to the surface. It started with the effort of bringing in a UAS, or unmanned aerial surveying system that Trimble introduced a few years ago, etc., which has been a success all across the world. It changed the way the world started gathering the data. Now, the intention behind Trimble's all development is to make the life simpler for all the surveyors. Now, you don't have to be a photogrammetry expert using this particular solution. It is just one of the tools in your tool bank. Pull it out, depending on what the requirement of your project is, pull it out, use it, put it back, and start using the tool to gather your data. Now, this led to other developments also. We integrated cameras in our optical instruments, and then we got something called a V10, which I'll quickly introduce. This is a portable Trimble vision on the rod. So the trend, we're moving towards terrestrial photogrammetry. Now, the concept is that see the asset and make a decision. There are people sitting back in office who are processing the data. They don't get to see the data. They are dependent on whatever the crew provides them, whatever coordinate framework the crew provides them, etc. And then they have to imagine things. Out here, we're talking about where all you gather coordinate information, you also gather images, and that helps you take decisions. And then we get coordinates out of those images. This is what the concept is. And this is going to gather momentum in a big way. This is just an example of an imaging rover that we have. This is how the system looks like. One of the types of the system looks like. It has a positioning sensor on top, a camera system, a power rod, a tablet, field software, office software. These are the various components. And this is this is how the positions from the photographs can be generated. Just a small example. In case you need some more information, my colleagues are out there in the stall, Trimble stall outside. They can share a lot of data, etc., how the system works and all. This is what you can get out of the photographs. This is how the system looks like. 7 panoramic cameras, 5 downward-looking cameras, and this is the range and how you can visualize the job site. Again, in terms of accuracy, you can get as good as about 1 centimeter to 3 centimeter accuracy, depending on various factors. We'll be happy to share the results in case somebody's interested. So this is a kind of a result that you can expect. So this is just click, you can get the coordinate information of this particular point here and then. So you can extract coordinate information out of images. That's what it is. So you don't have to go out and clicking data, etc., and all that stuff, and your crew back in office can do their job much more efficiently. Idea is that simplicity, capture more data with the push of a button, capture everything now and measure later, document the entire job site, and full site visualization. Fairly efficient, and fairly comprehensive because of the kind of data that you're gathering. Applications are many, they're growing. We have people writing in to us and talking about various applications that they have discovered. So it's this particular segment is going to grow in a big way. So it's a new paradigm which is going to come out and possibly grow in the years to come. Another concept, which I did mention at the beginning of our presentation, is the UAS. Although we still are working towards a policy framework in this country, still this is a technology which can no longer be ignored, given the size and the scale of the country that we have, and the amount of data that we have to collect, and the amount of data that we have to maintain. What we at times forget is data collection is just part of the job. Data maintenance is equally important. And these are certain tools which can help you in both the processes. So Trimble introduced a UAS and then came out with the UX5 subsequently. Fairly lightweight, robust system. Again, very simple to use. It's not a remote control device. It is you plan it out, and automatically it decides the route, flies, and then gathers data with 70 to 80% overlap, and gives you fairly accurate data. I think up to around 5 centimeters, flies at height from 70 meters up to around about 700 meters. That's possible. Just a quick specification. Cruise speed of 80 kilometers. Coverage 5 centimeters GSD. You can cover around 2.19 square kilometers. And at 10 centimeter GSD, around about 4.94 square kilometers. Fairly simple. We've taken technology, simplified it to a great extent, but made sure it can be used for professional application. That is the core concept out here. Another important part of the solution, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop at purely the sensor itself. Try to work with launchers. Very interestingly, I was talking to a colleague of mine. A lot of thought goes inside the launchers also. And then we talk about the ground control station. We're adding more and more technology into this. We're trying to keep it simple though. Use a 2.4 gigahertz radio, which is a license-free Wi-Fi band as of now. The other important element is the processing software. We automated it. So different modules are available. You can use our info suite for processing the data, or we got a PVC module in which you can automatically process the data that you gathered. So you do not have to be a core photogrammetrist today to try and work with the US and to try and work with the photogrammetry data. So you download the data, forward it to your TVC software, push a couple buttons, it processes the data and gives you the output. You don't have to sit down and go through it pixel by pixel. That's the beauty of it. And that's the kind of productivity which is required today. This is an example of some of the data which is being gathered. Is a pit mine. There are many examples that we have of industrial infrastructure, of buildings and other views. This is one example that pertains to mine where the application is really caught on worldwide. So this is the kind of data you can get out of this particular solution. And we'll be happy to share for some more information and show you some videos on this particular product, how it operates, at the booth as well. Another concept, as I mentioned earlier, is getting the data back to office very quickly. The time gap, gone are the days. Gone are the days when you would collect data after a couple of days, a set of data would come inside and then somebody would sit down and process it. You have to do it very quickly, very, very quickly. At times, it's near real time. So what has become important is office-to-office data access, office-to-field data access, and kind of more of an enterprise data sharing. That concept is coming in. So keeping that in mind, what Trimble came out is with a suite of called Trimble InSphere. It's an online geospatial information management solution that will design to transform the way work is carried out. In one central platform, you centrally manage your data, multiple applications, and you can control it from a centralized location. That's the way future is. Imagine you have you've got 100 people through working in different parts of the country. You want to know how much work has been completed at this particular time of the day. You got different time frames to complete certain amount of work. Where are your people? You want to know that. When was the equipment last turned on? What is the last location the equipment was used on? How much data has been collected at 12 p.m. today? Right? What is the warranty status on that particular equipment which is out there in the field? Where is the data? Oh, my data which was collected, etc. I got some base data, but that was done by my project team lying somewhere. Can I call up somebody to get that particular data? Now, all these questions we are trying to answer using this particular platform. As of now, we have what we call a couple of platforms out there. Teraflex, which is a form which you can create to gather data. It can be used on any sort of a device. It could be a mobile phone, it could be a GPS. That defines the accuracy. But it is a form that you can design and customize and which can share across your what we call enterprise and then use that to gather information in a common platform. And then it gets uploaded to the site, and from the site you can download it and process it and use it, whichever you want. Then you have Data Manager, where we allow you to store your project data. In case there are different departments who want to share that common particular data, or they're carrying out another project in that particular area, and they want to utilize the base data that you have created a couple of years ago, they can go in and pick up the data and then utilize it for their current project. And that's how productivity is gained. Another important element is Equipment Manager. So a lot of people, I was very surprised. I have a lot of interest in this particular element. People don't know where their asset was. If they got a 15-man crew and there are 15 pieces of equipment and one equipment goes down, it's critical. They want to know where the last time the equipment was used and where it was turned on. Some simple things like that. What is the warranty status? They don't want the warranty to run out. So what is the warranty status? What is the firmware version loaded on that particular equipment? Is it up to date, etc.? When you're paying good money for carrying out AMCs, etc., and extended warranties, why not leverage it? So this particular tool is fairly inexpensive, but it allows you to manage your instruments. Especially in a company which has got dozens and hundreds of instruments, it adds a lot of value. Another important element is the Trimble Access Services. And what it simply does is, it takes the data, if you have connectivity in the field, it takes the data and syncs it to the centralized server. So every half an hour, your person need not come back at the end of 8 hours and then download the data. It syncs. So every half an hour, you can, for example, you can get to know how much work has been done. If you've got 100 people working the crew, you don't get all that data coming in simultaneously at the end of the day, etc., and then you spend a couple of hours trying to process it. You can get data from the field itself coming in seamlessly. So these are certain trends which are going to change the way we work in the future and add a lot of productivity. Well, just to cap it all, we foresee geospatial data demand fueling demand for more field connectivity using data-rich models. We see more and more use of cloud technology to enable connectivity between field and office and office as well. We also see what we call data use increasing. So increasing the need of data dependency and creating a need for data lifecycle management. And the way we are planning is we are trying to work out solutions today to manage the entire workflow during the life cycle of a particular project. Be it agriculture, be it railways, be it a highway construction, or be it many other applications that we talk about, or building construction. Again, then there is a demand which is likely for aggregating separate workflows for a high-level management view. Again, your cloud technology enables you to do that, get a bird's-eye view of what is the status of various projects and all, sitting in a centralized location. You can manage or try to monitor your various projects across the country or across the globe as well. So thank you very much. We are geared up as a company to have complete solutions to cater to various, to provide you both collection, sharing, and delivery capabilities in terms of analyzing the data and passing it for interpretation per se as such. Thank you very much.